Hello, everybody. Carson here. I benefited from this. Sorry, Sean. But I just got our first Living the Line fan mailbox. Vitas Povilaitis, who's like one of our patrons, and probably personally for me, the biggest supporter, along with Brian Coppola, are the two guys that have been like the biggest supporters and patrons of me through Strange Death and then going into this channel. Vitas has supported us so much on all our projects and, bought a number of pieces of art from me. And then now he's been kind enough to send me this gigantic box. He told me it was coming, and he's got a bunch of books that he was getting rid of that he didn't want. For whatever reason, he moved recently into a better place with more bookshelf space, but apparently these ones didn't make the cut. So I've got this big box from Vitas, and I'm just gonna open it and see what he sent. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a lot of cool stuff in here, and probably a lot of these things I'll wind up doing a review of. So thank you ahead of time, Vitas, for the books, and thank you retroactively again for all of the support you showed, both myself and Sean, and particularly myself. We can't thank you enough. I can't thank you enough. It's really, really appreciated. Okay, let's check out the books. All right, I'm back. I'm sorry to spoil it. I know it's way more exciting in unboxing a package like this video to actually watch me take the books out and respond to them on the spot. But I filmed that with my webcam thinking it looked good, and when I went back to look at it, it looked way worse than I thought. So I wanted to go through and do a better version of the video of all of the books that were in the box Vita sent. They're a little bit out of order of how he had them packed in there, because I was shuffling through them and, and excitedly looking at them before I checked the video. So I'm just going to go through and show everything that he gave, because I mean, this is a really amazing care package he sent that I don't even understand why he's getting rid of a lot of these books, and I couldn't be more grateful, Vitas. So really cool sketchbook from Sean Andrew Murray. Again, I just flipped through these really quick right now, but some really, really inventive stuff. It looks like maybe he works for, here, creatureartteacher.com. It looks like maybe he's a concept artist for movies or something. I really hope this artist is doing narrative work, because I'm selfish and I always want people to make comics other than anything else. So I'm definitely going to be looking up. And see, this is like, Vitas, you're so nice. He's sending like signed stuff. This is like a signed. Most of the things he sent were things he obviously backed on Kickstarter or Indiegogo projects that come signed and had extra goodies. So I really appreciate it. But I'll be looking up Sean Andrew Murray and hoping that there's some narrative stuff for him. Some of these books too, I think I'm going to take into my classroom and have them on the shelf for students to look at. I think like this one would be really, really good for my students to see this kind of imaginative stuff. And then just going through everything Vita sent me. Phobos by Jason Brubaker. I don't think there's any relation to Sean Brubaker. Seems like probably another Kickstarter project. It's not a publisher I recognize. Coffee Table Comics. It looks like a Frankenstein story, maybe. When I flipped through it, there was like some Frankenstein looking stuff in here. So this looks like a cool little black and white, and it's a long book. Someone obviously put a lot of work into this. So I'm curious to see what this is. Look, kind of some Johann Vasquez vibes. There's your big Frankenstein. So that one looks pretty cool. Another reason I wanted to refilm this is I accidentally opened this book without looking on the back saying it's for adults only. This is, it's called The Gloaming. Gotta be careful here. Obviously another Kickstarter project by Hans Rickett. Really cool art, but extremely explicit. So if you're into that kind of stuff, check out Hans Rickett, because it was good art. Little bit mixed up here, but there was a Vampocalypse, it looks like another Indiegogo campaign, and it came with some cool extra stuff. But there was like a series of variant covers, and this one has some pretty cool like photorealist art in it. And some really like densely detailed backgrounds and stuff. The premise sounds a little silly, probably just the title, but the art's good, and they're all signed. I mean, this is cool stuff. Will-O-Wisp. I'm assuming it's another Kickstarter project. It looks kind of like a Boom Studios type of book. Similar with this one, different press, different company. Never heard of these companies, but kind of a Boom Studios vibe. This one looks like maybe it's about an archery team or something. I'm not sure. I'm curious about these ones. Oh, here's another Vampocalypse. This must be the ash can they were handing out. So those are cool. I really look forward to getting into those. This one kind of cracked me up. Where Cthulhu Ashcan edition. So I don't think this is like a Kickstarter finished thing. It's got some other things coming soon. But a Werewolf Cthulhu. So that one, it's really short, but it seems kind of funny. Neon Skyline. This seems like maybe a one-off sci-fi project. Maybe also a Kickstarter. And then Super Metal Iron Maiden Expanded Edition. Ian Edgington, who's an artist that I recognize, forward by Bruce Dickinson. So that's kind of cool. I forget that guy's name. I'm not a huge Maiden fan, but I know that character has a name and giving him a story. So kind of like a evil Ernie vibes on this one, maybe. Yeah, like some of the stuff, or Dark Child. It made me think of Tony Daniels' Dark Child. War Zones. It looks like a Marvel version of a like DC Elseworlds, where it's Tony Stark, Bruce Banner, and Steve Rogers, but it's a cowboy version of it. And then some old art in the back. So that's interesting. I'll have to get into that one a little more. Some Roy Thomas and John Buscema. That's cool. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what the story is, but it looks like an Elseworlds thing with Captain America or the Avengers. These two books are really cool. I'm definitely going to be taking these ones to work so my students can benefit from them. I used to get the Spectrum books when I was like in community college, and this looks like a Spectrum book, a collection of a more curated though collection of different fantasy artists, some painters, really good fantasy painters. And as a student especially, this kind of stuff just really got my juices flowing. So I think I'm going to take this and put this on like the reference shelf we have and throw in some modern illustration stuff. So Shelton State Community College art students, thank you as well, Vitas, for this book. And because I have a lot of students who want to do like animation and concept design too. So these are both cool. And again, signed stuff. So, I mean, really appreciate it, Vitas, because you must have been spending a lot of money on these books, and then shipping them couldn't have been cheap either. Really cool, like, concept and environment designs in these. So I think I'll have a lot of students that are really inspired by that stuff. Let me grab the last stack. He sent so much stuff. So, Heaven's Not Enough by Kip Benjamin. I'm assuming this is another Kickstarted one. I don't even see a company name on here. Just flipping through it, it reminds me of... Yeah, it's signed. It's got to be a Kickstarter book. It reminds me of the show The Good Place. Like this character wakes up and it's like, oh, we must be in heaven, I think is what the premise is. So I'm kind of curious to read this and see if it's like influenced by the show. Because I really do like that TV show with Kristen Bell. I think it's one of the best TV shows in a while. And this kind of reminds me of it. So I'm curious to see. I wonder if this has a date. I don't even see a date on this. This is definitely just someone funded their own book, which is cool. Oh, a UK-based illustrator. Yeah, definitely a Kickstarter. Is Vitas on there? Vitas has got to be on there. Vitas obviously is a patron extraordinaire to many artists. So the fact that he's been so supportive of me, and then I realized, oh my God, you're being this supportive of everyone. I just, you deserve all the praise in the world. 2019. So I wonder if they're influenced by that show or not. This is cool. This is a classic manga that I've been interested in checking out, Gone. And this is a color special. Normally it's got really intense hatching work in it. But I've never had a chance to check it out. I know it's kind of legendary. Really excited about that one. Someplace Strange by Ann Nocenti and John Bolton. John Bolton's one of the first artists that one of the artists I associate with like the first wave of people really painting in comics. And Ann Nocenti, a really kind of legendary writer. Never heard of this project between the two of them. It's from Dark Horse. So it must be a reprint of some older piece, but I'm assuming this is going to be pretty wild and pretty good. It's copyright 88, published in 2014. I don't know. Looks good. Again, I don't know why Vitas is even getting rid of some of these. Then there's a series of 3 books from Magnetic Press, which I've talked about them before as one of my current favorites in terms of production quality. Really beautiful print jobs. This is one of the ones that I realized, man, I need to re-record this video because it wasn't coming across on the screen. It was all washed out. But you can see just these really beautiful art, perfect reproduction. And another thing I always love about Magnetic is they have these rounded corners that I always love. These are all by the same writer, J.D. Morvan. These two are things that I remember seeing a long time ago. I don't know when these were published, by collaborations between Morvan and the artist Bengal, who's now been doing more American books, like with Rick Remender. He just finished up a series, I believe. But always liked Bengal's art. Super cool. And as always with Magnetic, beautiful colors. Like just really saturated, perfect color reproduction. I don't know when these were printed. Let's see. Because I became more aware of Magnetic recently. This is 2014. I might have seen like an online version from Delcourt, because these are European books. That's a lot of what Magnetic does, is translates and bring over really great European books. But Bengal's art is awesome. It's a very good mix of the European and the Japanese stuff, as you can see here, and has only gotten better since this book. And another one by that team, a thicker one. This must have been before Magnetic started doing the rounded corners, so I'm speculating this is even earlier. Yeah, 2012. I didn't even know they'd been around that long. But Mike Kennedy is the publisher of Magnetic, and I've talked to him a few times, and he's a really, really nice guy. Really, really appreciate the work that he does. He obviously really cares about the product that he puts out, and I've bought a number of their books and will continue. There's some others that are on my get it soon list. And then this book I'm super excited about. This just came out, so I don't know why Vitas is sending this over. Like, I appreciate it so much. It's Dagger Dagger, which is a compilation put together by Al Goffa, and there's some artists in here that are like on my list of like coolest artists that I've been following on Instagram. The main two, the only reason I didn't back this book is because there were some artists that I wasn't so excited about. But this first artist, I'm going to mess up his name, Matt Lizniewski, someone whose art I've been checking out on Instagram for the last few months, and I just think is awesome. And they do a really great job in the reproduction here because he's got a lot of fine, crazy details. And I absolutely love this guy's art. I hope he does longer form work. And yeah, black and white. It's just really beautiful. And the other artists in here, I don't know all of them. Some of it looks really cool. Some of it looks a little rougher, which was the thing that caused me to not pull the trigger on buying this. So I'm pretty happy I wound up getting it anyways. This looks pretty lovely, kind of like Bengal. But the other guy, the one that almost pushed me over the edge into, oh, that looks really nice. Kind of Moebius-like. It's a weird pattern. It's like a square instead of a dot. This guy, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but I've mentioned him a few times in the channel, Artoyem Trakanov, and his stuff is just gorgeous. It's a mix between like Mike Mignola and Sergio Topi is what it looks like to me. And I am just the biggest fan of this dude's art and really, really look forward to more long form projects from him. I think these are guys who normally have their stuff kind of digitally colored, and seeing it in black and white, it's a bit of a shame because they're such excellent black and white artists. So I am really, really excited to dig into this and see what other, like, I don't know who this is, but that looks really good. So there's some other really fantastic artists. We got to give this person a shout out because this is good. Zay Bernay. So there's some people here that I think I'm really gonna be, following from here on out because I'm really excited about some of the stuff. So I like this is like, oh my God, Vitas, you're crazy to get rid of it, but I'm super happy to have it. Simon Roy, who worked with our buddy Brandon Graham on Profit, just all kinds of cool stuff in there. And then the real, like, I don't know why in the world Vitas got rid of this. My best guess is he backed it on Kickstarter and it got shipped to him beat up and they sent him another one. I'm hoping that's what happened because this is a deluxe signed limited edition 16-page bonus art portfolio Frank Frazetta book in a slipcase, and it's not even opened. So I'm going to open that right now. It's from Vanguard. Really nice, like, embossed cover. Obviously, we got Death Dealer up there. Well, I guess this isn't the cover. We got some pull quotes from Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jason Momoa, which is odd on an art book. Let's see. So, slip case. I mean, just a beautiful book. Nice spot varnish on it. Same embossing pattern there. I don't even know if this fits on screen. Fantastic paintings of Frank Frazetta with a fantastic ink drawing. I was just telling a student about Frank Frazetta. Yeah, look, this is like a limited edition of 1500 signed by Frank Frazetta Jr. I don't know why Vitas gave this up. Vitas, I really hope this is just, you got a damaged one and you have a better one at home. Because this is a beautiful book that had to cost a lot of money. A Michael Whalen introduction. Some really cool, like, I've never seen a detail of Frazetta like that before. Big ink drawing. Oh, that's a beautiful drawing. I've always loved that drawing. So this is cool. They have, I know it's talking about his paintings, but they have some of his pen and ink work too, which is astonishing work. And the stuff him and Al Williamson did. Oh, that's cool too. They're showing it like on the cover, so in context. Oh, that's a sketch. Then there it is on the cover. Wow, okay. Versions. 72, 82. So he went back and repainted it. I like the original one better. So this is a really awesome book. I seriously, Vitas, I can't thank you enough. It doesn't make sense why you sent me this, but I really appreciate it. We'll be I'll definitely be compensating Vitas in some way. I think you're going to be getting some artwork in the mail soon, buddy. Yeah, this is awesome. This is another one that, as much as I selfishly want to sit around and look at it, I think I might take it to my classroom, because I was just talking to a student. I think it might have been one of my online students, but I was talking to a student recently about Frazetta, and this again is the type of stuff that when I was a student just really pushed me to move from pure comics into fine art, starting to look at painting and move me towards the fine art, and expanding my mind as an artist is kind of the gateway drug for me, where these kind of Spectrum and Frank Frazetta and some of the illustrators like Norman Rockwell were my gateway drug from comics into fine art. And I think that has been so beneficial to me to be able to be kind of amphibious between both worlds. So, that's as much as I want to like just pour over this book, I also think that I'm going to be making sure my students have quick access to this. So again, as much as I'm personally grateful for it, Vitas, also just know that there's going to be however many years I'm a professor for worth of students who are going to be benefiting from you sending these books over as well. And I'm just dumbfounded that you sent this over. So thank you guys for following along, and endless thanks to Vitas for being such a great friend and backer of what we do, and patron of myself, and obviously a patron of a number of other artists, and just a really generous guy. And we've spent a number of hours talking on Zoom and stuff, and it's always a pleasure. So thank you so much, Vitas. And I guess we'll throw it over to Jack. Take it away, Jack.
You want to see all these books? Smash that subscribe button and the like button and the bell, and then you get them.